Hi, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Lex Kane's TV Reviews. Today is a Doctor Who spoilers review on Space Babies and the Devil's Chord. The first episode we'll be reviewing is Space Babies. The only thing I liked about it in this episode was the new added effects in the title sequence. That was the only thing I liked about this episode. Now, it starts where the Christmas special ended, where Ruby Sunday walks slowly into the TARDIS, and the thing is, we get this big 5-6 minute scene which didn't need to be in it, where he's telling about the TARDIS and what it does, and being the inside, and going through all the mumbo jumbo that we've already know about Doctor Who. All we should just tell the new companion is it's a time machine and a spaceship. It goes forwards and backwards in time through time space, and it's a spaceship as well. And I'm an alien, and I'm a Time Lord. That's all you need to know. And he was going into this long lecture about the timeless child again, and I was adopted like you were, and I'm not really a Gallifreyan, but I'm the last of the Time Lords, and my planet's gone, but it's not really my planet, but even though it is my planet. It was like all that mumbo jumbo stuff, and it didn't need to be in the episode. And then we go to the Doctor takes her on her first trip to the dinosaur timeline period and where the dinosaurs are, and he goes about like, oh, this will be America soon, and all this and things like that, and she said, oh, if I put my foot on something or a creature or a plant, will change the timeline, and she stands on a butterfly and you squash, and then she turns into like a lizard type creature and starts talking very posh, and it reminded me of A Sound of Thunder, which was a short episode on Ray Bradbury's TV series, and then they made a movie about it where everything got changed and all that. And then all of a sudden, the Doctor picks up the butterfly, and then for some reason, very Disney-ish thing he did, which won't be in Doctor Who today. It won't be in our Doctor Who if they made it properly today. He blows on it, and it looks like the Doctor's got superpowers now because he's in Disney and Marvel and the Star Wars universe, and it didn't make sense. And then she turned human again and said, "What happened? Nothing." And then they start going, "Where would you like to go?" And she adds these numbers in, and they go like 1,000 years or so into the future. And rather than landing on a planet, where did we land? A space station. We always get this thing with RTD about space stations, and we don't actually, or a spaceship, we don't actually go on a major planet, apart from Gallifrey or the odd planet. But like, it's supposed to be Doctor Who, mysterious. And then on the spaceship, and you see these, like sort of X-Men, really, to me, where they look like Weapon X, but in this water thingy, or like in Star Wars with the clones, and there's all these babies. It's odd they grow babies, so there's not natural births anymore in the future. Um, and then all of a sudden this baby appears and starts talking, and no explanation why he talks. He says, "Oh, it talks. They talk in the future." Um, poorly animated, poorly animated, very Disney-ish idea, and he keeps bringing up again and again and again, even in the episode where he's talking to these babies in the space station. Oh, I'm the last of the Time Lords. I'm a Time Lord, you know. I'm the last of the Time Lords. I'm the timeless child, and I was adopted, and it just drive me insane when you talk about that. And then was it just me, but it just got a bit cringy. But the Doctor kept smiling all the time, smiling. You had to smile in every scene. And then the most weirdest thing was like, the Doctor's not got a fixed accent. He keeps changing it all the time. The only time the Doctor changed his accent was when David Tennant's Doctor landed in a historical part with Queen Victoria or Queen Elizabeth, I think it was, where he had to speak Scottish in Scotland. That was the only time the Doctor changed his accent in modern Who, and then it just felt very not like Doctor Who, but like the Gatwa show. I would call it the Gatwa show because it was all about him, not about being mysterious, a Time Lord. It was all it's him, not the Doctor, if you know what I mean. And then we get these Easter eggs coming back from 2005. Oh, what about me mum? Me doctor, mum will know where I am. This is Ruby Sonny says, "Oh, don't worry, my Sonic will get you 1,000 years in the past. You can ring your mum." Um, she rings her mum, and it's still Christmas Day. It's only 10 seconds after the scene when she walks into the TARDIS. Just completely bizarre. Didn't need to be in it, the Sonic's is now a major character now. Just taking over every 5 minutes or a few seconds, and then there's a creature in there called the Bogeyman, and basically the Bogeyman was a rip-off of Alien from Alien, and why? And it turned out the Bogeyman is from the kids' bogies, the baby's bogies. What's going on here? This is Doctor Who now. An alien creature made out of bogies. Is this where we're coming to now in Doctor Who? Um, you know, RTD's got no new ideas. He's going backwards with some of his old episodes and just recycling them, recycle them. Space Babies felt like to me Wild Blue Yonder all over again on another space station or spaceship. It's just completely that over me. And there was a scene with the Space Babies where they're the flamethrower, and that was just a complete rip-off of the sequel of Aliens, because you could just tell there's no new ideas. They're coming off other Disney products, like Aliens now owned by Disney, through 20th Century Studios. So why do they just keep recycling the same stuff and copying the same stuff? They got no original ideas now. And the ending of the Bogeyman with the Doctor. The Doctor's now like a Marvel type Star Wars superhero character. It's like between Captain America and DC Superman. It's like, I'm going to save the day, and he goes in there and there's no oxygen. The oxygen's getting out of this hatch plate airlock, the airlock, and he's saving the bogey man. It's like made out of bogies. I was thinking, what is going on? This is complete bizarre stuff, and and then the last scene where where they're about to leave the space station, Ruby gets a TARDIS key straight away in the first episode. Now with Rose, might be wrong here. In Rose in 2005, she didn't get a key straight away. I don't know if she got a key later on, but she didn't get a key in the first episode. So that was very boom. Here's the key, and she got a key. But I felt there was a bit of copy. He was copying the 10th Doctor and the 11th Doctor a bit, and the way he has his coat on the rail on the TARDIS, very much like David Tennant did. So there's no new original ideas for this Doctor. I think he's just impersonating and copying over the Doctors, and it's just like the Gatwa show, and he's just copying off of like impressions of the Doctor. He hasn't got a fixed accent yet, which is weird. The last scene, the Doctor's took a DNA scan through his Sonic. Now his Sonic can send a message to the screen of the TARDIS and doing the DNA. And throughout this episode, twice in this episode, we have snow. It's about to snow, but it turns into snowflakes in the hand. What is it with this snow? It just, I don't get it really. It doesn't get me go, oh wow, this is really good. This has never been done before. But like, it's old to memory, and then the TARDIS begins to get snow. It just, I don't get it. I just don't get it at all. So, overall score for this, I only give this score because of the new version of the title sequence, where there's been added scenes put into the title sequence. It's 2 out of 10. So, it's still not a good episode, but 2 out of 10. So now we're going to the one which I'm dreading. The Devil's Chord. So it starts in 1925 with some piano player. I never heard of him before. It was supposed to be someone famous, I think. And he then starts playing the Devil's Chord tune. And seen as always a famous tune. And then he hears a knock. And then something coming out of the piano. And it's this character called Maestro. And the villain's completely rubbish. Waste of time. They're doing pronouns again. You know, this is supposed to be a family sci-fi show where you just switch off from everything that's political. But basically, it was like the parts of political broadcast. That's what it was to me. It was like giving you a political message straight away within a couple of minutes of the episode. Very like a pantomime villain. You know, does not work for me. Sorry, but no offense, does not work for me, this villain at all. Looking at the camera, at the audience, which has never been done, I think, in Doctor Who before. I might be wrong, but it looked too cliche, the idea of gotta look at the camera and look at your soul for the audience. And the TARDIS console, I don't like the idea of the LED because it's not a new idea, LED, because everyone's got LED. I've got LED in my cinema room with lights in there, but it was turned into like a disco mode, purple and bluish lights, and so Ruby asks in the TARDIS, I like to go to 1963 to see the Beatles record their first album. So, as you know, spoilers going ahead here, Maestro's changed the timeline a little bit, so it's like a new timeline. So you get to see some things that have changed. So what happens is the Doctor decides to get changed. Normally the Doctor just stays in his regular clothes and just explains why and stuff like that. But is it me or the Doctor Who budget from Disney has got to get with new clothes? Because he hasn't got any fixed costume now, the Doctor here. He just changes his clothes like every episode. He doesn't have a fit, like now and again he'll have like a different top or a different hoodie that will be the same shape or design but different colour, but still have like similarities of his costume. But like full on change costume. It's just what? Is that where all the budget's gone? And then the Doctor comes out with a new hairstyle. So has he got the power to regenerate his hair now? Is that used up a regeneration? It's like 1 minute he's got like short hair, and then he's got a huge 1970s afro in 1963 with sideburns and a blue TARDIS type stripe 60s suit. And I'm thinking, so he's going to change his hairstyle now. He's got the power to change his hairstyle and the power from the previous episode to save butterflies. This is really bizarre stuff. And the Doctor again can't stop dancing. It's, you know, he's an alien. He's supposed to be strange and not from this world, and he's acting like more like a human than a Time Lord. And then I'm not much of a Beatles fan, but I could tell straight away with these actors, they were just doing impressions of the Beatles, and they hardly didn't look like the Beatles at all. No offense to the actors, but you're better getting people that look just about right for the role. And they're the Cilla Black, and she hardly didn't look like Cilla Black at all. And no offense to the actress, but you know, she didn't even look like her. Um, then the only good thing about the episode, there's two good things about the episode, but it's still a very disappointing episode. Was the Easter eggs about the Doctor's granddaughter, Susan, and what's not my cup of tea is the Doctor kept saying, he's got a new catchphrase. It must be his new catchphrase, honey. Why would he say that? He's an alien. He's not a human being. You know, and it was very much our Disney musical episode, or what they do with these musical films. A bit like, no offense to the High School Musical fans, it was like High School Musical, Glee, and what's the other one? Fame, which was a movie and became a TV series. You know, they're clutching straws here to get people on board, but I don't think it's going to work. They've really got to turn around. To me, they need to take a 15-year break, Doctor Who, and have a hard reboot and go back to the roots of Doctor Who. And again, using the sonic screwdriver. Every second it's got to be used. Now it's got a light mode and silent mode. It's like, what? What's going on here? And the Doctor is afraid of encountering this villain. The only time the Doctor's been afraid is when a creature looks scary to us and he can't confront it. But like, it was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, that he was petrified of encountering Maestro. And then people started playing music when Ruby was playing the piano. And then this old lady opens up a piano and starts playing it. Then all of a sudden Maestro appears and bumps it off. And then the most bizarre thing, she winks at the camera and closes the blinds. And I'm thinking, what is this old winking at the camera for business, malarkey? Is it like another universe in another universe type thing? I just really did not get that. But sometimes the Gatway version of the Doctor, he's acting too much like the 10th Doctor again in this episode. It's not like his own character. He's just using his own real life person that he is, not making his own character. He's using a bit of David Tennant in there, but it's just bizarre. The only other good thing I thought was really good, was the alternative July 2024, where London was like a wasteland and you saw all the monuments crumbling down. I thought that was fantastic. The only two things that were fantastic was the Easter egg about Susan, his grandchild, and the alternative timeline of London, and that was it for me. But I'm not a fan of the Doctor doing musical episodes, and I've heard down the line they're going to be doing more, probably in the next season. Please, don't do that, please. I just want an action adventure Doctor Who episode that we've always had, where you just, knowing the Doctor defeats the villain and rides the TARDIS into the sunset, like the man with no name. Just goes, doesn't want the fame, doesn't want the credit, just helps people, like the Lone Ranger, and just go on his merry way. That's all we're asking for. But we're all getting this politics, diversity, and all this stuff, and it's not. You're preaching to kids who just want a kids show. And too much references to going back to the Tennant era. You want to go move forward, but you're going backwards and then going into the politics. This is not Doctor Who. Sorry, but if anyone says, "Oh, I'm wrong," sorry, but go back to watch classic Doctor Who and see what I mean. Um, and it was too preachy this episode. I thought very too preachy on subjects where we got freedom of speech. They're trying to swallow it down. You force it down your throat. This stuff. To me, and the last thing where we see Snow again in the episode. Why? What's it with the Snow about Ruby and the Snow? Yeah, we know she was born Christmas Day, left and abandoned Christmas Day, and we're going backwards with the Snow thing. Enough with the Snow. We know she was born left at Christmas Day as a baby. That's all we need to know. We know that. And then the Doctor's near defeating Maestro, and then something goes wrong, and John Lennon and Paul McCartney, the ones who don't even look like John Lennon and Paul McCartney, who played the roles, save the day. And then and then after that, the Maestro's defeated, and hints that he's coming. The other one is coming that has been mentioned, and what I can say is, then the Doctor says something and winks at the camera. I'm thinking, why? What's this winking about the camera for? And then they start doing a musical number, and I didn't like that. I did not really like that at all. And the overall score is 1 out of 10. I'm dreading the next few episodes. And the next episode, I think it's an exact copy of a scene from Genesis of the Daleks with the Fourth Doctor. Next episode is called Boom. I'll be doing a spoiler review on that. Likely there'll be some disappointments in there. I hope this could be a good episode because Steve Moffat has written it, but I think it's too early for this episode to be out. It should be in the latter episodes, like episode 6 or episode 7. But it's in episode 3 where we're just beginning with the series. But I think for the time being, it is not working, this series to me. Subscribe to the channel. Take care. See you soon.